Test, test, test. What is up, YouTube? No, I just finished up my fasted cardio. Was watching Chris Bumstead, so I had to throw that in there. What is up, guys? My brain's not functioning on prep because I have no food in me yet, but let's restart this intro. What up, guys? We're back. Today we got a different type of video I've never done before. We're gonna be shooting a full day of eating and kind of day in the life of a rest day when I'm not working a 10 or 24-hour shift. So we are 4 weeks out right now. I'm gonna show you guys a low day. So, you know, a lot of competitors, people dieting, love to show their, myself included, love to show their high days or their refeed days because they're fun. You know, so I want to show you guys a not so fun or harder day or like a basic day in prep. Like I said, 4 weeks out, so we're getting to that point to where it's tougher. You know, you're not as energized, you know, going into the gym, you don't have as much energy. Obviously, you're not getting energy off food. So you kind of got to dig deep here and just have passion for it, you know. And something I'll touch on later is like perspective, you know. Bodybuilding has taught me life is all about perspective. You know, you can look at something challenging as, oh, this sucks. You can victimize yourself. This is negative. Or you can look at it, this is an opportunity for me to grow. I can become stronger after this. And this applies outside of bodybuilding too. Like things happen outside of your control. You know, how am I going to look at the situation and shape it to where this can actually better me versus just complain and let it shut you down. Or you do things in your control. Like you set a hard goal for yourself. You can say, man, this is so hard. This isn't worth it. Or you can say, this is going to be so rewarding and it's going to make me a better person, you know? So I'm starving right now. My brain's not functioning barely. You guys know how it is, especially competitors when you're getting close to a show. So I'm gonna start driving, but I'm gonna go home. We just finished up fasted cardio, abs, and a little bit of tanning just so I'm not extremely pale come show day. So we got a little bit of stuff planned today. Just kind of show you guys what I do on my rest day. Some things I like to add in that can help me with prep. Got some questions, Q&A that I posted on my IG. We'll be answering. So let me go home. I'm gonna show you guys meal one, my favorite meal of the day, year round, honestly, on the plan. Show you guys how to make that. Let's get after it. Camera's about to fall, so yeah, good time to end it. See you guys in a second. Alrighty guys, we're back from the gym. I'm gonna be showing you guys my meal one, favorite meal of the day by far. Prep, off season, whatever. Main reason is because you can kind of control the volume. So on prep, when I'm really hungry, I can make the pancake really voluminous and big. And then in the off season or when I'm bulking up, if I'm not as hungry, I can make it smaller. So I'm gonna show you guys what I put in the blender and then how I cook it up and then what I top it off with. So starting off, I'll put the macros on the screen and then I'll go over my daily macros at the end of the video. But starting off, we're gonna do 40 grams of oats here. Gotta get on the dot. And then before I add anything else, I do like to blend these up so it's more of a flour consistency, so it's not like chunky pancakes. All right, rest of our dry ingredients. So what I do here is I'm obsessed with peanut butter, anything peanut butter flavor, even though I actually have almond butter in this meal. But I've got some whey isolate. This is peanut butter and honey flavor from Axe and Sledge. I absolutely love this protein powder. My buddy Stone put me onto it, so thanks Stone and Nathan. So we got 1 scoop isolate here, and then some little things I put in, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Add that to every meal on my intro workout. As we get closer to the show, we're kind of trying to keep every variable as consistent as possible. So pop that in there. Add some cinnamon, extra taste, extra sweetness. Big thing I like to make sure I add is a little bit of baking powder. That's gonna help it have more of that pancake fluffy texture rather than just dry feeling. So I just eyeball it, nothing crazy. Do 15 grams of carbs from fruit, put 50 grams in here, so 50 grams of banana, and then 50 grams of blueberries on top. I'll show you guys later. 50 on the dot here. And then we have 300 grams of egg whites for the rest of our protein in this meal. All right, and then something I do to make these more voluminous and prep is I add a little bit of water to it. And I like to make one really big pancake instead of a bunch of little ones just because it's really fluffy. You'll see how it is. It's a hard flip, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna add just an eyeball, a little bit of water in here. I'm gonna go ahead and blend it up. I'm gonna throw it on the pan, show you guys how I cook it, how I top it off. And I'm gonna smash because I'm starving. All right, we're coming over to the pan now. Put a little bit of 0-calorie olive oil spray on here just so it doesn't stick. I've been heating up the pan for the last minute just so it's nice and hot when I throw it on there. Medium high heat, so some people like to cook it really hot. I like to cook it more medium. Like I said, I do one really big pancake. It's just, I enjoy it that way and I'm too lazy to wait to cook a whole bunch of tiny ones on here. But what I do differently than most people here is I actually cook it long on one side. So I'm gonna put it on for 7 minutes. Let this cook here, and I'm gonna flip it and put it on for about 2 more minutes. So I'll show you guys that and then how I top it off. Okay, so it's been 7 minutes on this side here. I'm a good indicator too is there's a lot of bubbles. So 7 minutes on this side, I'm gonna go ahead and flip. As you guys are gonna see here, it's a challenging flip. Sometimes I have great flips, sometimes I have bad flips. I almost determine my day on it at this point. So what I'm gonna do, scrape around the edges here. The reason why it's such a big pancake, that's why it's hard to not make it a messy flip. So I'm gonna lift it, get some of the residue to fall off, and then a quick boom. So a little bit got on my face, but actually not a bad flip. So a couple drizzles outside of the pan, a little bit on the handle here, but besides that, actually not a bad day. Not a bad flip. So I'm gonna go ahead, shape up the pancake a little bit more, cook it for about 1 to 2 minutes, and then it'll be done. So I'm also gonna put the fruit, I'm gonna put on top some frozen berries in the microwave, so it's kind of almost like an extra sauce added. Put that in for a minute, let this cook. I'm gonna show you guys what we top it off with in the end result. Guys, we got a little more of a zoom on the pancakes. Absolutely massive pancake here. So I actually pre-cut squares so I can savor it when I'm really hungry. And I'm kind of almost weird OCD. I like to eat the outsides into the center. I'm gonna start off, I just do a little base layer of cinnamon, nothing crazy. And then what I'm gonna do is I've got 50 grams of frozen berries, but I put it in the microwave so it's got a little bit of an extra sauce to it. Makes it super good. Actually, we've got 20 grams of almond butter. I do actually eat my daily vitamins and health supplements with this meal because it's my only added fat meal in prep right now. Fats are pretty low. So like I said, 20 grams here. Always put your peanut butter on the scale because you don't want to be having extra peanut butter that you spoon out. Just spread it out, spread out the almond butter. And then final 2 things here, and I'm gonna stop talking and eat because I'm starving, is I do a little bit of sugar-free syrup. Nothing crazy. Or cinnamon, and we are done. So I'm gonna smash this meal, show you guys what it looks like really quick. Super good, amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead, smash this meal, get ready for the day, and I'll be back for my next meal and then show you guys what I'm kind of doing for the day. So peace. Alrighty guys, so we are back for meal number 2 of the day. This is definitely more of a unique one that some people are like, what the heck when I tell them I eat this, but it's super good. It's a sweet chicken and rice meal. So what I do here is I have 100 grams of cooked rice, 200 grams cooked chicken. Chicken's not seasoned. I don't season it while I cook it. I season it afterwards. So the reason is because some of my meals are savory, some are sweet. So this meal here with the chicken and rice, I add 100 grams of banana, or 75 grams of banana, and then cinnamon. So super good, sweet meal. Then my 1/4 teaspoon of salt, which gives it that like sweet and savory taste. It's super good. So I'm gonna bang this out, but I did post a Q&A on my IG not too long ago with some questions. So I'm gonna go over a couple of those, maybe go over some more later. Posted a few hours ago, got quite a bit of questions so far. But a couple I liked and I kind of want to point out here is, let's see, advice for my first show. So I wish I had someone to tell me this, but embrace every single day, you know, enjoy it. Like, it should be hard. There's going to be times where it's going to break you, or times where it's going to be like, man, this sucks, but try to shift that perspective, like I was saying earlier in the video, to where you're grateful to get the opportunity to be able to live this lifestyle, to be able to push yourself to new limits every single day, mentally and physically. Like, it's awesome. Like, damn, I'm able to push myself and reach new levels I've never reached before. So try to enjoy every moment, even those really hard days, because once prep's over, you're gonna miss it, as crazy as it sounds. So just soak in each day, give it your all, stay on plan, so afterwards you can be proud of yourself and know you killed it and gave it your all regardless of the result. It's your first show. You're probably not gonna win unless you're a genetic freak, you know, or you've been doing it for a while. So just go in there, bring a package you're proud of, and see if you love the process. And if you do, have a serious reverse. Don't binge right after your show. Have a reward victory meal Saturday, Sunday, but be on plan on Monday. Nail your reverse, have an off-season comeback, and your next prep's gonna be easier probably. You're gonna look a lot better, and you're gonna go into it with even better mindset. So that's that. Another question, I'll do 2 more. What's different this prep compared to your first one? So like I just said, I learned a lot more of the mindset side this time around, like how my perspective and how important lowering your stress and cortisol is in prep. You know, stress changes the physical look on your body, not just your mental. So super important to stay stress-free and just look at everything in a good light and understand the suffering is worth it. It's gonna have reward, it's good, you know. And then also, I had an actual off season. I have a very good coach, Mike Nassif, who allows me to turn my brain off and just execute. And I'm like 20 plus pounds heavier than I was last time at this point in prep. I was 19 for my first show. I needed more muscle, still need more muscle, but you know, repetitions and overtime. It's just this prep has gone a lot smoother. You know, I had got my metabolism cranking. So I'll talk about this more later, but kind of a lot of people don't understand with dieting is you don't want to just dig yourself into a hole. You dig really hard, then you refill and let your body's metabolism keep going, drop some stress off. So we've been able to really get my metabolism firing to where I'm having frequent high days, training really hard. So food's the highest it's ever been. Training, which has allowed my training to be higher, which has allowed me to, you know, excel in every aspect. So it's been pretty good. It is getting tougher, which it should be. No matter how much food you eat, once you're under 6 weeks out, your body, you're just gonna feel it. And last thing is, would love to hear your meal prep process for preparing your shifts. So right now I work typically more 10-hour shifts, but I do also work 24-hour shifts. So with a 24-hour shift, it's more you're packing everything up for the whole day. But I'll focus on more of the 10-hour shifts. So when I work a 10-hour shift, I'm typically gone 14 hours a day. So I got a big duffel bag where I carry 4 meals for outside for while I'm on the road or at work. So I go straight in the morning to my fasted cardio at the gym, do my abs, and then I shower at the gym and head straight to work, 10 to 8 p.m., eat my meals there, eat 4 of those meals there, as well as my pre-workout meal, this last one, around 7. And then I train right after my shift from around 8:30 to about 9:30, 9:45, and sometimes 10. Get home, try to eat my last meal around 10, 10:30, and that's about it. So, you know, I meal prep my meats probably every 3 to 4 days they last me, and then rice cooker, it's really quick. So right now I don't have a lot of rice, so I can meal prep for a few days in advance, but I don't always know because I could get a high day. So I kind of will just meal prep the rice more on a daily basis. It takes like 20, 30 minutes, not long at all. So that's how I do that. I work for an ambulance service right now. I work 911. I also work interfacility transport. So, you know, sometimes there's gonna be times you gotta eat a meal cold, you know, you just gotta do it. So try to prep your meals to where you're always able to just hurry up and eat, always have it on you. So I've got a big duffel bag I always carry with me. It's got all my meals in it, my shower supplies, my gym clothes, my work clothes, everything. So everything's all in one thing. So staying prepared is the biggest thing as a bodybuilder, not just in prep, because, you know, you should treat your off season just like a prep as well. But I'm starving, so I'm gonna get this meal in. I'll have one more meal here, and then I'm gonna be out probably for a majority of the day, probably get a massage, get some steps, and maybe go to the mall. And yeah, and I'll show you guys what I do at the end of the night that I think has been super beneficial for me and keeping me recovered and stress-free. So smash this, macros on the screen. I'll see you for the next one. I got meal numero tres here. Last carb meal of the day, so it's bittersweet, but it's super good. So I've got a pretty standard cream of rice meal here. 25 grams of cream of rice, 2 scoops of protein. I have 1 scoop in the cream of rice, which is blueberry muffin, and then 1 scoop, I do a little whey drip, so just a little, I put in a little bowl of the protein, put a little water, it's like a pudding. It's like a little drizzle sauce over top, so I got chocolate sauce on top of it. And then we got 115 grams of pineapple. Here's what it's looking like, super good, I love this meal. I don't want to see any comments talking about my little spoon, all right? This is my prep cream of rice spoon. Helps me eat slower, but this is kind of what it's like. Super good, nice thick consistency, and it's voluminous and prep. So I'm gonna go smash this and then leave the house. So last 2 meals will probably be outside of the house. Maybe the last meal will be at home, but I'll let you guys know. So I gotta hurry up, eat this, and bounce out of here. So macros on the screen. See you for the next one. Alrighty, so we just finished up at the mall. I got like a relaxation massage and got some steps in for the day. Back over at my friend's house, I finally have a videographer recording me for this clip. This meal, it's really special, really fancy. The good old bodybuilder chicken and rice. So we got 200 grams of chicken, or not rice, there's not even rice in here. My brain's not working. 200 grams of chicken, 100 grams of asparagus. So no carbs in this meal, more just protein and veggies. So that's how the last meal is gonna be of the day as well. So I'll show a clip of that later. Then I'll show what I do at the very end of the night, and then that'll be it for the video. Stay tuned, I'm gonna bust this out. Last meal of the day, we got 200 grams of ground beef, 100 grams of bell peppers. I'm gonna shoot one more clip to kind of go over the outro of the video, give you my macros and what I do at the end of the night. Kind of just been chilling today towards the end of the day. It is my rest day, so I like to give my body some time to really recover. Coach actually did give me a high carb day tomorrow from looking at my picture, so I'm really happy about that. But for today, finish off with no carbs. So let me eat this really quick and I'll be right back for the last clip. All right guys, so I'm actually gonna film my outro in the car because I'm running a little bit behind on schedule. I wanna get home, get everything done, and go to bed and relax for the night. So firstly, what I usually do at the end of the night, which I'm gonna do when I get home, is take an Epsom salt bath. I found it very beneficial for anti-inflammatory reasons. It's very relaxing, good on sore muscles. I'll just lay there for about 20 minutes. If I hit legs, I'll kind of, you know, run through my quads, and it's been really beneficial to kind of have a recovery and relaxing end of my night. Then for macros on the day here, I got my coach's plan that he's got up for me. Baseline diet, which I ran today, my low day, it is about 2,384 calories, 311 grams of protein, 175 grams of carbs, and 49 grams of fat. Pretty low for me. You know, in my off season, I was eating closer to 6,000 calories, mainly just because I trained so hard. Definitely dig in here. Like I said, I get the refeed tomorrow, which will be nice. But we're gonna continue to push here, you know, 4 more weeks to really bring the best package possible. And then of course, try to qualify for nationals. I'd love to get an overall win at the regional. That's the biggest goal. A year and a half off, and then come back when I'm ready and be competitive at nationals. You know, it takes time, and I love the process more than just the end result. So we're gonna keep pushing and giving the rest of this prep my all. I'm excited to suffer. I'm excited to carb up everything good and bad. I'm loving it. I'm embracing each day. So thank you guys for tuning in. Drop a comment if you guys liked it. Subscribe. Any feedback, anything you guys want to see next, let me know. So thank you guys for tuning into this full day of eating on a rest day, low day. Peace. I'll see you guys in the next one.